Welcome to this week's programme, where we have Men in Pink. We have Brett Winstanley's top tips. We go back to Grassroot clay shooting, and we have a sneak preview at this year's White Gold. Well, here we are at Owl's Lodge Shooting Ground, run by Richard and Tanya Folds. This is the 14th Pet Easton's I've Been Pink Day. As you can see, we've got men and ladies all dressed in pink. It's a great opportunity to raise money for breast cancer and also to encourage more ladies into the great sport of clay shooting. I asked Tanya Folds why her and Richard were so keen to get involved.
Pet came to us only like 2 months ago and said to us about the charity and how she wanted to improve things and everything else like that, and we were like, great.
It's just great to see so many ladies shooting today though, isn't it?
Oh, it's fabulous. I mean, if you just look around, it's absolutely fabulous. They've really got into it, and also a lot of them have it close to their heart too, and it's just amazing. Girls are going out there, it's not just for the men, they're pinked up, they've got their gun in their hand and they're having a fabulous time.
Tanya, it's great, isn't it? So many ladies here. I mean, we see Charlotte Kerwood on the course as well. But you've had a fantastic second half of the season, haven't you?
Oh, it's been amazing, absolutely amazing. I won the European side-by-side, and then I went out and got a silver in the sport in the British Open Sporting. And then only yesterday at the British side-by-side championships, I got a 90. I couldn't believe it when Richard gave me my card after I shot, and I just cried. I cried with joy. It's something I've been waiting for, and I went in, put my card in, and I was high gun until the very, very last moment, and there's a 91 came in, so I was second overall from a silver, and I also took the gold for the ladies. But it's been fabulous, and doing the shoot-offs and having the experiences to believe, and lots of women, they should just keep going and believe that they can do things, because I've been going at it quite a while now, and eventually I've got there, and I'm having a fabulous time.
And Owl's Lodge really is a fantastic setting for this event, and just nice to see so many ladies and equally so many men coming to support this great event of breast cancer. I caught up with Pet Easton in windy conditions and asked her a little bit more about the event.
Originally 14 years ago I decided that women weren't really getting recognised in the sport, and there weren't very many taking part, so it was initially to try and encourage more people to have a go. So it's been born from that really, and it's just escalated with all the support I've had. And the fundraising was a bit of a second thought really, because we had a very meagre raffle going, and I thought, what am I going to do with the money? And so breast cancer seemed the appropriate charity.
And you let a few men shoot as well?
Actually was just for ladies, because you know, this is what I wanted to encourage, but obviously the men have got bigger wallets on some occasions, so it was nice to get them involved and also get the numbers bumped up with them. And the only criteria was they had to wear pink, bring out their feminine side, and you know, every one of them has really dug in and done that. Some eccentrics.
And Pet, it is great to see so many women shooting though. I mean, that really is the aim of this day, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, really this is what this shoot for me was always about, was to get more women involved in the sport. And the course has always been set sort of traditionally a little bit on the tamer side, so that women could actually go away and actually smile and enjoy it. That also, with the prize system, I've adopted the American Lewis system for the last 14 years to accommodate all the abilities on the day, so everybody gets a bite of the cherry and goes away hopefully smiling with a nice prize.
And once again, you've had so much great support, haven't you?
I can't thank everybody enough. There's been some outstanding help here over the build up to it and also on the day. My really great thanks to all of them, everybody that's given their time, effort and any donations as well.
And this week we went to the Ian Coley Open Day. The Ian Coley Open Days are always popular with clay shooters and game shooters galore. At the Ian Coley Open Day they had Holland and Holland, Rosini, Beretta, Browning, Caesar Guarini and Fabarm. It really was a fantastic day. Well, We then took the opportunity to catch up with Brett Winstanley after his fantastic win at the British Open. Brett was shooting the Ian Coley Challenge. I asked Brett for his thoughts on these 3 difficult and challenging targets.
Brett, just talk me through those 3 particular birds that they've got on this challenge.
Yeah, so we've got a high right to left crosser showing its belly, which is pretty standard. It's 40 yards crossing. We've got a rabbit, it's probably about 40 yards. It's pretty simple. And then we've got a long 80-yard crosser, which is showing a bit of belly, but it's dying off. Impossible to hit it consistently, but you know, get stuck into it. Yeah.
So on both birds, I mean, let's take that A bird first. You know, coming off that tower and then quartering slightly across you and then going away from you. What approach are you taking with that target?
So I'm watching where the target comes out the trees, because there's a big bush in front of it. So I'm looking at which point of a leaf it comes out on, so I can hold my gun, look to that point, sharp pull. When I see it, mount the gun, pull the trigger. So I want to be about 3 feet in front of that target. Yeah.
And which method are you shooting?
I shoot maintain lead on most targets, except driven and a fast teal. I'll shoot from behind, come from behind the line, pull the trigger. I think it's the best way, for me anyway.
Yeah. And then with the rabbit, again, talk us through that.
Yeah, the rabbit, so I'm looking at where it comes out. It's quite a fast rabbit, so I've got my gun quite a way out in the field. I'll sharp pull, wait for it to come to me, start moving, a couple of foot in front of the rabbit and pull the trigger.
Okay, and then talking with the infamous seabird there,
Yeah.
that's probably 75, 80 yards away. Again, you're saying consistency is a struggle with it, but what are you actually looking to do when you see that bird?
Yeah, I mean, you've got to be really confident on that target. You've just got to take it and just try your best and hope for the best. I mean, looking at the speed and the distance, it's hard to judge how much to be in front, because it is slowing up quite well. I've hit it a few times now, but I've probably got about 4 foot in front as it's dying off, and it's just a bit of a delay. About a second delay and it breaks sometimes, but yeah.
Are you doing anything with your chokes on that?
Yeah, full
targets?
choke,
Yeah.
full choke. A tight, a really, shot size as well, 6.5s to 7s. I've only got 7.5 today, but yeah, definitely a tight choke.
Over the last few months, we've certainly been focusing on the big major competitions. But let's not forget the grassroots clay shooting. That's where the majority of people enjoy their recreational clay shooting. We took a trip down to Frampton Country Fair and we caught up with Neil and Charlotte Padfield, who run Bristol Clay Shooting. For the last 7 years, they've been running the shooting line at the Frampton Country Fair. The shooting line is actually running quite a tight space, but it was amazing to see the use of the angles and targets that Neil was able to put on with his team. From here we could see lots of enthusiasts enjoying different target presentations. One of the stands was very similar to stand 1 at the British Open, a couple of overhead report targets. Neil not only runs these mobile events, they also have a really successful and very welcoming ground based in South Gloucestershire, not too far from Thornbury. Neil and Charlotte run a fortnightly Sunday shoot, which is always really well attended. So if you're interested and you're an enthusiast and you're down in South Gloucestershire, why don't you look them up at bristolclayshooting.com. With this year's White Gold only 10 days away, we thought we'd look back at last year's fantastic final.
We're now coming to the silver final with John McKenzie against Steve Clark. The format here will be a head-to-head. Each shooter will shoot 5 pairs, and then they will swap cages and shoot another 5 pairs. The pairs are simultaneous and random. We've got John Mackenzie in 1 from Nottinghamshire and Steve Clark in 2 from the Forest of Dean. John gets his first pair. Now the pressure's on Steve. Steve has a no bird come out, but he has seen the pair he's going to get. He's got the 2 rising teal. He's got the 2 rising teal. Sometimes that doesn't always help. We just saw Steve drop a target there. It's back to John Mackenzie now. John gets his pair, gets the 2 crosses, one from left to right, one from right to left. Followed by Steve getting his pair as well. Oh, John drops the pair there, the pair of teal which John has dropped, puts Steve back in there. Steve now gets his pair. Pressure's just building again now, pressure's on John this time. John misses the target and hits the other one. Oh, pressure on Steve, Steve hits one and misses one. Just shows how much the pressure builds on these shooters here. John misses one again. Back to Steve now. Steve gets his pair in return. At the turn, Steve is just ahead here. The pressure is very much on these 2 shooters. Steve to shoot first now on the change. Steve gets his first pair, again with this random simultaneous. There's no advantage to each of the shooters here. John has the teal, so John misses the pair there. It's really now gone into Steve's advantage here. Steve's really just got to keep his head now. The big prize is going all the way through to the final. John drops a pair there, but this is a culmination of months where these guys are qualified and then they've shot through today. We started with 32, this is down to the last 2. Again, John has that pair there. Steve Clark just following on from his semi-final, where Steve shot against 12-year-old Brodie Woolard. John gets another pair there. All Steve has to do now is just keep his nerve. And we're through. Getting down to these final pairs now. John misses another one. And that's it. You can see that Steve's won there. Fantastic shooting by both though. I'm just joined here by Matt Rutherford of Shoot Clay Forum. Matt, what are your thoughts then between this shoot-off between Chris Childerhouse and Chris Daniels?
2 very different styles. Certainly I've seen Chris Childerhouse shoot a lot. He's a Berkshire shooter. He's won most of the Berkshire Championships this year. And very instinctive, very quick style of shooting. Shot with him at the British Open last year as well. And he's certainly got a very quick, fast style. But Chris Daniels is on fire. He's shot 140 in the Gold Cup event, in the main Gold Cup event that's been going on, the sporting event today. So this is going to be a really interesting matchup. I'd look for some fast shooting from Chris for sure.
Lovely, thanks Matt. So Chris Childerhouse in 1 is shooting first. Chris gets his first pair. So now over to Chris Daniels. So Chris Daniels is now his pair. And again Chris Daniels is there. Now Chris already today in the qualifiers has already straightened this. Chris is very familiar with it, so Chris Daniels is looking good here. Yeah, so Chris Daniels, another pair. Now back to Chris Childerhouse. Chris drops one there, so Chris Childerhouse dropped one there. As Matt Rutherford said, a much quicker shot. Chris Daniels gets his, so advantage Chris Daniels at this stage. Very much neck and neck between these two shooters. Chris Childerhouse drops another one though. Very much advantage now to Chris Daniels. But then Chris Daniels drops one there now, so the pressure's back on. It just shows what pressure can do to these shooters. Oh, but Chris Childerhouse there at the turn just misses the pair. Back to advantage Chris Daniels though. Chris has his pair. Here we are on the change, so it's very much advantage Chris Daniels. Matt, how do you see this final 5 pairs going?
Well, it's difficult to choose. Chris dropped that last pair, which is really unfortunate for him. It puts him right up against the ropes. So I think it's going to be a very interesting last 5 pairs.
So on this now, so Chris Daniels, first pair. Chris misses his first one, so again he's still just ahead at this stage. Chris Childerhouse makes sure of his, still gives him in with a chance here. But Chris Daniels just has to hold his nerve. Has the pair of the teal, got those. Chris Childerhouse takes his teal first. Got his pair as well. Again, Chris shooting these fast. These guys don't know where these are coming from. Chris Daniels there, gets his pair. Very much got this now, I think.
Last pair to win.
Here we go. So this is Chris Daniels to win here. Got to do the pair here. Chris Daniels does his pair. That's it. Chris Daniels wins. Chris Childerhouse just to finish. Oh,
Final pair.
there we go. Here we go. Even we're finding a bit of tension here in the commentary booth. Matt needs to correct me there. There we go. Chris Daniels gets his pair. Right, no bird here for Chris Childerhouse. Finishes on a pair there. Oh, the tension was all there at the end. Great shooting though, so Chris Daniels has had a fantastic day here today.
Chris Childerhouse 15, Chris Daniels 18.
Wow. Chris Daniels wins there. Oh, fantastic, and now that's it. Now we're through to the super final. But great shooting there from Chris Daniels, who's had a fantastic weekend here in the Cotswolds. We're very much now to the champion of champions. So we'll have Chris Daniels taking on Steve Clark. This is very much for the trophy. They both won their separate finals. And this is the final of 2013. The White Gold Challenge here in the Cotswolds. Really now just come to the culmination now. So we've got the gold against the silver here. Not just for the White Gold Cup, but also for the challenge as well. And I know, Matt, you've shot the course, and what did you think out there on the 150 bird challenge that was out there?
Incredible. One of the best shoots I've shot this year for sure. We had a massive variety of stands. Traditional sporting stands, really tough pairs that needed a lot of thought. And then we had some flush stands. If anybody didn't come to it this year, you've missed some treats. Stands where they shoot as soon as you close the gun, or they pull as soon as you close the gun. And some really extreme fit-ass targets. Amazing. Anyway, let's settle down and watch this final. Very exciting stuff now.
Okay, so we've got Chris Daniels in 1.
Yep.
We've got Steve Clark in 2. This very much is for the champion of champions here. They've already established their winning and the money, but this is the champion of champions. First 2 out, Chris Daniels gets those. Steve has the simultaneous crosses there coming from the right there. Misses one of those. Chris Daniels misses one of his as well, but he's still just ahead here. Steve Clark just held on a bit too long there. Again, the pressure's just building. Just tried to take that bird a bit too late there. Chris Daniels really has been on fire for this weekend though. Yeah, today has been everything. Again, that pressure's just gone to Steve Clark there. I think as Matt was saying as well in commentary, it really looks like it's Chris Daniels here.
Don't forget, Philip, it's double A versus B class as well, so there's a little bit more experience there and a little bit more, skill on the clays.
Again, yeah, that experience just starts to show at this stage, doesn't it? But again, it's all about pressure. And certainly, Matt, over the weekend though, we've seen some of those big names go out as well though.
Yeah, Absolutely, yeah. Some surprising names going out early, and certainly, you know, my bet went out very early, and it was great to see Brodie getting so far into the tournament. 12 years old and shooting with a lot of sensible head on him and a lot of wisdom. So the pressure does get to people very quickly.
So certainly be exciting for next year as well with this format. See more and more people get interested in it.
Amazing, yeah, definitely going to be a great format to continue watching. No bird there.
Steve misses that there. Sometimes in this format, Matt, though, isn't it? You know, when it's random, it's better, but when you know where it's coming from, it just adds more pressure.
Absolutely. I think your instincts go out the window if you know where it's coming from. You make a plan, and that might not always help you.
Again, we've been blessed with great waves. But look at this, we've also been blessed with some great shooting in this final. Yeah, a bit of pressure there, another no bird there. It just adds pressure to these guys. And back to Steve now. Oh, Steve gets a lovely pair there. It's back to Chris though. Chris is very much making this look effortless today though. Here he comes, he's got that pair of teal again. Beautiful, right in the middle of those. Back to Steve. Steve drops one there. Oh, Steve drops the pair there. Just again that bit of pressure. But he does know that he's the silver champion for this year, which is fantastic in its own right. And again, Chris is just really cementing now how well a shot he's done over today. I think this has just been great, a culmination of months and months of qualifiers, and it came down to 32, then it was down to the final 2 in each category, and this really is the 2 best shots on today. Some fantastic shooting there from Chris Daniels. It was a fantastic day of finals. We went from 32 shooters down to a head-to-head shoot-off between 2, and Chris Daniels really has been on fire this weekend. Chris Daniels won not only the White Gold Cup, but he's also won the White Gold Challenge, the 150 bird as well. But we can't forget as well in the silver category, local lad Steve Clark, who came through to win that. Both of those shooters winning £3,000, one of the biggest prizes in shooting. So Chris, how does it feel to be the winner?
Great, wasn't expecting it really.
Yeah.
It's been a good weekend, it's been a good shoot. Steve put some really good targets on, shooting against some of the best people here, so it's good.
And in the knockout stages, how was it feeling for you?
Wasn't too fussed to be honest.
No.
You just go compete against who you're shooting with and let the knock to knock,
And you
knockout to do it.
And you shot straight in amongst that as well?
Yeah,
then?
the first round.
Yeah.
So I knew it was only going to go one way, but luckily it was.
Right.
Luckily it carried on going. So.
And so for you getting the gold and the trophy final, I bet you're really pleased with that.
Very pleased. Yeah. It's been a really good weekend. So,
and what do you think of this format?
Yeah, we used to shot on it when it was on before, years and years ago.
Yeah.
And it's really good. It's what the sport needs. It needs something different. Same with the shootout out there. It's something different.
And which ground did you qualify at?
Here.
You qualified
3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago here. Yeah.
So this is very much your lucky ground.
I like it. Yeah, I do like it. Yeah.
So you're going to move to the Cotswolds?
No, probably not. No, probably not. No, it's good though. Steve knows what you're doing.
And what the 150 course as well? You shot that, and it pretty much looks like you won that as well.
Oh, hopefully.
Yeah.
I think there's a few left out there, but I didn't think I'd win, to be honest. I was 6 down with 1 to go. I missed 4 on my last stand and my last pair, and I thought, oh no, that'd be it. But you never know, do you?
No,
depends on the day.
Absolutely.
So
sights for next year? Have you thought about next year yet?
Just same as normal. I've shot a lot I haven't shot a lot to a lot of these guys, but I've shot a lot for me, and just enjoy the day out now, and I just enjoy going on a Sunday and usually home by lunchtime. Yeah. And then that's it really. So, but no, I'll plough on as normal and just see what next year brings. I'm definitely back for here. That's
good,
for sure.
Good, excellent. And we probably can't let it go, but obviously going through the silver final, you would have seen young Brodie Woolard shooting. Again, I mean, that's great for the future of the sport, a 12-year-old there.
There needs to be some more input for the youngsters to bring the young ones through. There's a very good next sort of generation, and they need all the help they can get. Shame shooting isn't. There's no real good sponsorship for young people out there, and it is a shame because there's plenty of talent out there. Yeah. And but no, he shot really well, and he's definitely one to watch.
Excellent. Well, again, congratulations to you. Well shot.
Cheers.
And I'm sure you're going to enjoy being the 2013 winner.
Yes.
Well
Thank
done.
you. Cheers.
Thank you very much. So, what does it feel like to be the champion, the silver champion for 2013?
Oh, absolutely fantastic. I think it was a job that I came here to do. So, yeah, absolutely brilliant. Yeah.
And again, the targets probably today, I bet they were as big as anything.
Yeah,
weren't
they were. Yeah. The day they felt like dustbin lids, to be honest.
Excellent, good.
Yeah.
One of those
Yeah,
special
one of
moments.
those days.
You've enjoyed your weekend.
Really
in
enjoyed it.
Cotswolds?
Yeah. Came up here, shot the other shoot yesterday. Didn't do all that well, but sort of saving myself for today.
Yeah.
And it all came together.
And I mean, again, in terms of you, definitely young Brodie shot fantastically. And
Definitely.
again, for you, you were in a no-win situation,
No,
really.
at all,
12-year-old there, everyone was rooting for him.
They were all rooting for him, and I was the bad man. But he shot exceptionally well. I was just lucky those extra few clays they came my way. It's just the sport, isn't it?
Yeah. And how do you feel the final went for you?
Yeah, very well. I could see that I was trying not to watch what the other competitor was doing, but I could see that he dropped a few, and I thought as long as I keep my head down and just keep it straight, then we'll be fine. So, yeah, I did, and it just came right for me, really.
Yeah, and then again, you went into the Champion of Champions for the trophy again.
Yeah,
but
I know Chrissy Daniels, he can shoot.
Yeah.
I actually went round with him yesterday, and he shot exceptionally well. It was an honour just to be in the shoot-off with him, to be honest. But then again, best man won. But
exactly.
But to be honest, I sort of shut off after the major thing. I was gone just down, relaxed. So it just showed in the final. But I'm happy anyway.
And you enjoyed it. But I mean, you shot fantastically.
Yeah, I did.
I have to say,
I think it was 18, 2 18s and a 19. I think in the final. So I was chuffed for that. I mean, it was sort of gold star sort of shooting, really, wasn't it? So,
it was. Brodie, how long have you been shooting?
Well, I've been shooting since I was 9.5 at my local ground, Garland's.
Right, excellent.
Yeah, and when I was 9, I was just practicing to get better at my game shooting.
Yeah.
And it just led on from there.
Okay, and then today you've been having a wonderful day in the Cotswolds.
Yeah, I've been having a really good day.
Yeah.
I've been enjoying all the entertainment, watching all the shooting, and shooting myself.
Yeah, and how have you found shooting in the final with all these big guns?
I found shooting fine.
Yeah.
Just nice and relaxed. Just shoot away.
And you all seem to have a smile on your face when you're shooting. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you obviously really enjoy it.
Yeah, I enjoy it lots and lots. Yeah.
And so for you today, when you managed to get into the semi-finals.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did it feel when you're there, or does it just feel like normal?
Well, it just felt a bit better than normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just more exciting than a normal shoot.
And again, it's very much a game ball event today, and I know your, game ball really encourage you and help you out, don't they?
Yeah, because I'm sponsored by Game Ball.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sponsored by CZ Greenie.
Excellent. Which Greenie gun do you shoot with?
I shoot a CZ Greenie Summit Impact.
Lovely. And how do you find that for you?
That's the best gun ever,
Excellent.
really.
Yeah. And do you use that just for your clays, or do you use it for game as well?
I use it for everything, really.
Yeah.
Yep. And I was sponsored by Just Choking, Muller Choking.
Yep.
And they're the best chokes ever, really.
Excellent. So what do you want to do next in your shooting career?
Well, I just want to move on from here and just get better and better in more competitions.
And who do you look up to in the sport?
Well, I look up to anyone who's good, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like watching good people shoot and just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And have you got a hero in your shooting?
Not really.
Not really.
No, I just respect all the big people.
Perfect. And then, so what are you going to do over the winter months? You're going to shoot some game?
Yeah, I'm going to shoot a lot of game.
Yep.
I'm going on some game shoots with Graham Sturzacre.
Lovely.
Yeah, and I'm going to shoot some pigeons.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
And then you're going to come back onto the clay circuit early next year?
Yeah, I'm going to come on really early.
So Brodie, for you, you've been really important that you've been able to get into shooting quite quickly because of game shooting and things like that. But what do you think you could say to get other youngsters to take part in shooting? What's special about it?
Well, it's just better than like football and rugby.
Yeah.
It's just more independence. So you have to like control yourself. It's more about yourself than like teamwork and stuff. Yeah,
Fantastic.
But you need a little bit of teamwork in there to just like stay with like people.
Yeah.
Talkative and stuff.
Brilliant.
So it's all right.
Well, thank you for spending a bit of time chatting to us, and we really wish you all the very best of luck, and you're a fantastic role model for all those other juniors.